First off, it's Charles J. That just in case you ain't heard of me, they told me it was too late. But I promise that I'll be the first to speak. Most of these rappers, they fake. But you can't have your way, this ain't Burkhead. Everybody said it won't be till they see smoke, then they realize they'd rather have turkey meat.
What it do, what it do. It's 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. Say, man, shout out to my audience. Shout out to those that's rocking with me, man. We back in the kitchen and got a lot of shit to say. Matter of fact, I don't have much to say. Now, I ain't got a lot to say. I just want to, it won't take long to break this shit down. By the way, I got my information from 78. Shout out to you. Whoever BDA is, I don't know. I don't think he black. He can't be black because the reason why, and if he is black, he may be mixed, kind of black. I don't know. He can't be just black though, because one thing I know, I've seen a lot of black content creators come out with exclusive news, some shit that the mainstream media don't even come out with, and everybody don't grab that shit. Everybody don't grab that shit. It's a lot of shit, exclusive shit I've seen black content creators come out with, and everybody don't grab it. You know, I even saw this shit on Facebook. I said, God damn. This doctor done went viral. We've never heard of this doctor. Who is he? Where he from? He from Montana or some shit? Where? Any of his patients we've heard from? Where's his credentials? Who is he, bro? Who is? Matter of fact, from what I'm hearing, I didn't even listen to BDA. Anyway, he just a motherfucker who called in. Bro, he might have been reading some shit from a book for all we know. Don't be so easily convinced by bullshit, bro. Whoever this doctor is, I question you. I don't trust you, and I don't believe shit you said, bro. I don't give a fuck how accurate your diagnosis may have seemed to be. We can all read some shit from a book, bro. Anybody can seem smart. It's a lot of motherfuckers that can really seem smart. Listen. It's a lot of doctors we've questioned over the years. One in particular is Dr. Umar. Yeah, Dr. Umar Johnson. Now, let me make this very clear. I think old Umar been pimping on us. I think Umar been pimping on black people for years. It's specifically black mothers with children. And he been getting them donations and he been adding that shit up. I think he a millionaire. I definitely think he's a millionaire. Yeah, he got the school, but it still ain't open yet. I think he put a little bit towards it, but I think most of that money is in his bank account. He's a millionaire off black women, and it's a couple brothers donated, but them was mostly women. Because a lot of dudes, they try to preach a message that cater to women, because women are more quick to send money and support you. But anyway, that was a little pimp move he did. But one thing I will say, he's a real doctor. Yeah, he a real doctor. He showed all his proof. He tell you every college he went to, all his education and everything about him. He's a school psychologist, a lot of different shit. It's very proven. He's very intelligent, though. He's very smart. It's black folks that still say he ain't no doctor. Black folks don't believe he no fucking doctor. Because one thing I know about black folks, and especially black men in particular, we don't really trust black men in position. We don't. How many of you motherfuckers trust a black man in your mouth? We don't trust that shit. You got to be a foreigner or some shit to be in our mouth. We don't trust a lot of shit. Nah, bro. We don't trust black bank tellers. It's a lot of shit. We really a lot. To be honest, bro, we really don't even trust black trainers, specifically black fathers. Soon as they son have a bad fight, or if it's any kind of, if they ever argue or some shit, black men would be the first ones to say he need to leave his father. He needs to leave him because he can't coach no way. We love to discredit a black man that's in any kind of position of power. It's hard to start a business because black folks don't believe in you until you take off. It's a lot of that shit. We don't trust that shit. We don't trust you. It's hard to get black folks to trust you. It's hard to get a food truck and get black folks to trust you with food because we trust everybody else's food. When we go into a food truck and it's black folk, we want to see if he washed his hand. All kind of shit we want to know. And we want a deal. Yeah, we want a half off of whatever it is, and if you don't give us half off, we'll say you ain't shit, and we'll go to the Mexican. Anyway, that's just how we are. We always look for some other shit to believe in. So anyway, yeah, Umar ain't shit though. Nah, Umar been pimping the system, but he a real doctor. And since we care so much about accurate information, and we trust white folks so much, it was a white farmer years ago. After that Fatback Fury versus Wilder 2 fight, yeah, Farmer came out, white boy, old white man. He said, because previously, Fatback Fury popped dirty. I want to say it was after the Klitschko fight. Yeah, he popped dirty. And the Farmer testified, and because Fatback Fury said he ate some bull nuts. And the Farmer testified, got on the stand and said, yes, Fatback Fury ate the bull nuts. And that's why he popped dirty for steroids. And so they let him make it. They let him in boxing, but he was banned for 2 years. That's why he couldn't fight in the UK. That's why he had to come to America and fight Wilder. You know, he just got his license back. That's another thing we don't talk about. But anyway, that Farmer came back and said, you know what, man, I just feel bad after watching that fight and shit like that. He just said, man, Fury's a dirty motherfucker. And I lied. I lied. He came out and said that shit. He said, I lied, man. Black folks didn't say that shit. Didn't catch all over YouTube. It was only 4 channels that talked about that. It didn't go all over the internet. It's a lot of shit. When Nicholas Asbury said Fury was punching without cushioning his gloves in sparring, that motherfucker put lumps in my head. But before, we've sparred for years and he ain't never hurt me. But now all of a sudden he hit me and I got a concussion. And Nicholas Asbury showed pictures. I went and I found his gloves and there was no padding in them. He was already practicing on punching without the padding in the gloves. So another thing I want to point out, I've gave Bud as much credit as I'm going to give him. I gave him all his credit, bro. I've gave him tremendous credit. But one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to compare Fatback Fury versus Wilder to Spence versus Crawford. It's a big difference. When it comes to how Spence looked, he looked like Wilder did in that second and third fight. He looked just like Wilder did. But Bud did not look nothing like Fatback Fury because Bud has always been a knockout artist. Fury was never a knockout artist until the second Wilder fight, and ever since then, he's knocked every opponent out. So he came up with some all of a sudden power. Bud has been had power. So I'm not here to try to say that Bud had some shit in his gloves, and even though when he fought Abdonizia, black fans was more interested in his gloves than Fury's. The same black fans that talk about Bud's gloves, they didn't say nothing about Fury's. A lot of shit. So, and it's a lot of shit. And to Spence fan, I got some shit to say about y'all. Listen, bro, just like you say Spence didn't look right, I wish you motherfuckers had to spoke up and say how Cool Boy didn't look right and how timid he looked. That was the worst performance of Cool Boy Steph's career too. You know, that's why I said I'm just glad you made it back, bro. I don't know what them motherfuckers told you in your room. But Cool Boy looked scared that night. He looked like he didn't want to mess up. He looked like he didn't want to upset nobody. That's how Cool Boy looked terrible, and everybody know it, but won't nobody say that. Let's talk about all fights. Don't just talk about when your favorite fighter don't look good. Cool Boy looked like shit. Cool Boy looked like shit, so that's another thing. It's a lot of weird shit in boxing, bro. It's a corrupt sport, so if we gonna believe in conspiracies, let's believe in all this shit. It's a lot of conspiracies. A lot of shit, bro. Another thing, I've seen fighters take way worse damage and come back 6 months. See, all this, he can't come back. If he gonna come back, at least take a year out. Nah, bro. It's best to get back in that paint. That's how all the greats, fuck all that, bro. You motherfuckers trying to change the times and all that. That's why women run the household now. That's why women run the household and they want to be your partner instead of having your back. You supposed to have my back. You are not equal to me. See, that's a lot of women problem. And that's why men are so soft. We don't understand. Our woman ain't supposed to be equal to us. A woman can't protect a motherfucking thing. Women are prey. Men are predators. They just always remember that shit. No matter how much, all in there, throw your hands up, baby. All that shit, bro, them songs would never make y'all more powerful than men. So, just want to make that clear. So, anyway, now, I think that, I don't think it's no brain damage. Don't believe it. For one, and that's a picture of his eyes and how he looking, look very dazed. You ain't never seen Spence look like that before the fight. That's when he was walking in the arena. And like I said, shout out to 78. That's where I got this video from. I was listening to him and shout out to him. That was a great video. But anyway, this is my thoughts. I think either you overtrained, you either overexerted yourself, training real hard and trying to cut weight that you was just completely drained and wasn't hydrated. It was either that or the moment was too big. It's either that or the moment was too big. And I doubt that the moment was too big because Spence rise to the occasion. His first big moment against Mikey Garcia, it was one of the best performances of his career. So I don't think the moment was too big. I think you overtrained. I think he was dehydrated. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something I know for a fact. And I saw it in the press conference. I saw it in the weigh-in. And I saw it on the night of the fight. When I saw it at the press conference and the weigh-in, I said, okay, I've seen Spence look kind of sunk in. But he looked real sunk in at the press conference, at the final press conference, and the weigh-in. His face was sunk in. But I was like, okay, on fight night, though, he normally his face looked full. And he don't be sunk in. Spence was just as little on fight night as he was at the weigh-in. Spence was little. His face, he just looked super fucking little. He was little as shit. You ain't never seen Spence be big on fight night. Spence be looking like he a 168 pounder. He looked like a real welterweight that night. He looked like 147 pounds. I think he overtrained. I think he overtrained, and I think Derrick James knew it. I think that's why I say I think he should have. Listen, if it was some neurological or whatever you want to call it, bro, don't bring it up when Bud beat him, bro. I do believe Bud power is real, and I believe that it was the lack of focus that Spence had due to the dehydration or whatever he was going through. It was the lack of focus that caused him to get hit with flush shots. You don't get hit with flush shots by Bud. I believe that's where the swelling and that's where a lot of the puffiness came. Getting hit by Bud with flush combinations, yeah, and that power jab really that's what done a lot of damage to his face was the power jab. More than anything, the power jab damaged his face that more than anything. And Bud and Spencer's never been hit that flush with that kind of power. So I can understand the face swelling and this and that. I never accuse Bud of any kind of no steroids, no gloves. Bud a fair fighter in my book, and that motherfucker really do got power, and he had power before the Spence fight. So I won't say that, but I think you overtrained. I think it was something going on with you. You look drained as shit, and but like I said, EA Sports is in the game. That loss will never go away. I always say Bud won that first fight. And it was fair and square because Bud didn't cheat you. It's a fair and square win because Bud didn't cheat you. And I saw that little short shot where he hit him with the elbow, and I don't think he was trying to. But even if he did, yeah, that was some rough shit. But Noah Hopkins and them done it too. Holyfield was hitting Mike Tyson without kind of elbows. And Holyfield one of my favorite fighters. Yeah, it's some rough shit. He caught Mike Tyson without kind of elbows. But anyway, that's what I think. I think that I think you overtrained, bro. And back to this doctor that we all trust, that we don't know. Let me tell you something, bro. Sometimes I wish I knew Arabic. Because there's a lot of Arabs just kind of dark like me, like myself. Sometimes I wish I knew Arabic, bro, and I would go to the dollar store in Walmart and get a lot of fake jewelry and just sell it to drug dealers and rappers and make millions, bro. Because one thing I know, bro, when you ain't black, and I'm telling you, I put that piece on the top of my shit and wear one of them gowns and all that there and look like a devout Muslim. And I'm telling you, bro, black folks gonna believe in that shit because you ain't black and you look foreign, and we just believe in foreign money and foreign products. We think that shit is, black women think that Chinese hair, that them Chinese folks have, and them Asians have, and them weave stoves that be hung up on them brooms, them motherfuckers be having mounds of hair. Anyway, when they see that shit, and they just think it's the real deal, when they say that shit is Brazilian, you don't know if that shit is Brazilian or Australian or what the fuck. But black women be, oh, it's the Brazilian hair. I'm just saying, we just believe in shit when it ain't from us. When it's from somebody else, we trust it. Just like we trust this doctor whom we've never heard of. Like I said, you motherfuckers didn't trust Dr. Umar. So anyway, but I ain't finna keep talking about this shit. But that neurological shit, I would not go with it. Spence got his own doctors, and he got plenty of money, and all fighters get checked out after fights. And like I said, once again, to all y'all that think he took too much damage, when Sugar Ray Leonard fought Roberto Duran in the first fight, he took 3 times as much damage as that. And he fought him 6 months later, bro. And beat the dog shit out of him. So I'm not with that. When Wilder lost to Fatback Fury in the second fight, he was willing to fight him 6 months later, bro. It's a lot of fights. 6 months later, they went right back in. 6 months later, bro. He didn't take a whole lot of damage. Yeah, he took damage, but bro, it's in the game. Spence a dog. And like I said, a lot of dudes just ain't built like that, and you won't understand. Bro, Spence was making jokes and shit after the fight. I seen him talking to his family. He was laughing and shit. Bro, you don't see too many fighters like that. That's why I said Bud didn't break his wheel. He still was joking. He still was himself. So, like I said, bro, I just don't know. I know a lot of people are clowning Spence. Every time I get on Facebook, I see baboons still clowning Spence and still talking about how he ain't shit. And most of these motherfuckers are from Texas. Like I said, Texas, we want to go back. We really want slavery. Texas really want that shit back. We really want that shit back, bro. I'm done. We just trust white folks too much, and that's just all we believe in. We believe in everything but our motherfucking self. It's disgusting, bro. I ain't got much more to say, bro. You motherfuckers gonna be who you are. Like I said, I just wish I knew Arabic. I'd sell the shit out of jury to you motherfuckers. And I'd sell that bullshit ass all on cologne that you rub on. That shit be fake as shit. I'm gonna tell you it's the real deal and charge you motherfuckers $150 a bottle. And your motherfuckers gonna pay for it. You're gonna pull up in these shiny ass cars and I'd have that long ass beard hanging and I'd be, speaking Arabic and you motherfuckers will fuck with me. You know, but a black man is just a regular black man out the neighborhood that made it and got a jewelry store. We ain't gonna fuck with that shit. We're gonna say that shit fake. But fuck that goddamn doctor. I don't trust him and like I don't trust most doctors and fuck these motherfuckers. If he cares so much, why he didn't talk to Spence before the fight? Why he didn't try to reach out to him before since you know so much about neurological damage, you motherfucker. I don't trust these demons. Cause these motherfuckers, bro, and another thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna get off this motherfucker. A lot of people really wanted Spence to lose. And I'm learning that. See, when I was at that Ugas fight, bro, I seen a lot of haters in the audience. When Ugas would land a big shot, a lot of Mexicans was going against him. He got Mexican fans in Dallas, but most of them were going for Ugas. It's a lot of people that really wanted to see Spence lose. All the OGs hated on him. Sugar Ray Leonard, all of them picked against him. When he fought Mikey, they picked against. So, boxing world has never really embraced Spence. The boxing world always really loved Bud. And let me tell you motherfuckers one more thing, and I'm going to get off this mug, but I'm just going to tell you how baboons will always be baboons. Just like when Tim Smith, the representative of the PBC, when he came out and said, we don't know what the numbers going to be with Bud and Spence, and ever since then we said we don't know what the numbers going to do. It ain't a big fight, and Tank versus Ryan is bigger because the Mexican fans are going to come. Another thing I want to point out, you motherfuckers never said Bud didn't sell until Bob came out and said it. So like I say, when a white boy say something or anybody non-black say some shit, black fans eat it up and it just ain't enough bananas in the world to feed you motherfuckers. This is 903 Boxing. I am your host, Charles J. With that, I'm out.